longer just the tool that you open to ask a question. In 2026, it's becoming the tool that companies want to trust with real work, and that is exactly why Agentic AI has become such an important topic right now. The World Economic Forum says that the job market is going through a major reset, with 22% of the jobs expected to be disrupted by 2030 and 170 million new roles expected to be created and 92 million roles expected to be displaced. Which means the people who have understood the new AI skills early will have a serious advantage. At the same time, Gartner predicted that by 2028, 33% of enterprise software applications, including Agentic AI, will be made through these systems. McKinsey also reports that 23% of organizations are already scaling agent-based AI systems, while another 39% are still experimenting with them. So the actual meaning of Agentic AI is simple. It is that AI does not just reply to you, but can help you perform tasks on your behalf by using instructions, tools, and a clear workflow. In simple words, it understands the goal, plans the steps, uses the right information, checks the results, and supports action with human approval where needed. Agentic AI is becoming such a big deal in 2026, so let's quickly look at what we will be covering in this session. What is Agentic AI? We will understand the actual meaning of Agentic AI in simple, non-technical language. Why Agentic AI matters in 2026. We will look at why companies and professionals are paying serious attention to this shift. Agentic AI versus normal AI tools. We will compare simple AI responses with AI systems that can plan and complete workflows. How Agentic AI works. We will then break down the flow from goal understanding to planning, usage, checking, and approval. Agentic AI Roadmap. Then we will go through step by step the skills that you need to learn from basics to real projects. Tools and frameworks to know. We will briefly cover important tools like ChatGPT, RAG, MCP, LangGraph, CrewAI, and others. Projects and career goals. Then we will explore project ideas and other career paths opening up around Agentic AI. Final learning path. Then we will end with a simple way to start learning and building your own Agentic AI skills. Before we move on, let me share something really exciting with you guys. If Agentic AI already feels like a skill, you should not ignore in 2026 the Professional Certificate Program in Agentic AI and Multi-Agent Systems delivered in partnership with Vishleshan iHub, TIH of IIT Patna, and Simplilearn, which is built exactly for learners who want to move from just hearing about AI agents to actually understanding how these systems are designed and how they are planned and how they're used in real business workflows. What makes this program useful is that it doesn't stop at surface level theory. It takes you through the full journey, starting from AI foundations and Agentic AI basics, then moving into prompt engineering, LLM concepts, planning systems, RAG workflows, tool integration, MCP, multi-agent systems, Agentic UX, transparency, product readiness, and real-world AI strategy. You also get a hands-on exposure through demos, guided practices, projects, and a capstone, so you're not just learning definitions. You're seeing how agent workflows are actually built for business problems like automation, research, content workflows, market planning, financial analysis, and enterprise use cases. The program also covers tools and frameworks like ChatGPT, LangChain, LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen, N8N, MCP, Pinecone, Langsmith, GitHub Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, and more, which makes it very practical for developers, product managers, business professionals, analysts, marketers, and leaders who want to understand where AI work is heading. And because the certificate comes from Vishleshan ID Hub, TIH of IIT Patna, along with Simplilearn's applied learning model and Microsoft-related learning exposure, this program gives learners a strong way to build credibility, practical skills, and confidence in one of the fastest growing areas of AI. Before we move ahead, here's a quick quiz question for you. What makes Agentic AI different from any normal AI chatbot? Is it A, it only answers questions, B, it can plan and act, C, it only creates images, or is it D, it replaces the internet? Let us know your answers in the comments below. Welcome to this complete roadmap on Agentic AI. If you're watching this in 2026, you're entering one of the most important phases of the AI revolution. Until recently, most of us used AI the way that we used a search bar. We type a question, get an answer, and done. You asked a question, it gave you an answer. You asked for an email, it wrote an email. You asked for a summary, and it gave you a summary. But the next stage is slightly different. Now, AI is moving from simply answering questions to completing tasks. Now it can plan steps, use tools, check information, connect with apps, and help finish that work people needed earlier with multiple people, as well as multiple tabs and multiple manual steps. And this is why Agentic AI is becoming such a big topic. Now think about a normal chatbot. You may ask it, write a travel plan for my trip, and it gives you a plan. But an AI agent can go beyond that. It can check available flights, compare hotel options, look at your budget, create an itinerary, and even prepare a booking checklist. And that difference is what makes Agentic AI so powerful. And in simple words, agentic AI is that AI which doesn't just respond, it acts. And this is why professionals, students, developers, managers, marketers, data analysts, and even business leaders are all paying attention to it. The World Economic Forum has already highlighted that the global job market is changing super fast. By 2030, millions of new roles are expected to be created, while many old roles will be disrupted. And the most important message is this: the people who learn new AI and technology skills early will be better prepared for the future. So in this video, we're going to understand agentic AI in a very simple way. No complicated language, no unnecessary technical words. Just a clear roadmap that tells you what agentic AI is, why it matters, what skills you need, and what tools you should be knowing, and what projects you can build, along with how you can become ready for this new wave of AI careers. Now let's start with the current scenario. In 2023 and 2024, most people were excited about tools that could write content, generate images, summarize documents, and answer questions. And that was the first big wave. But in 2025 and 26, the conversation has changed. Now companies are asking a bigger question. Can AI complete a business task from start to finish? Can AI handle customer support? Or can AI help sales team prepare outreach? Or can AI help finance teams read invoices? Other questions include, can AI help developers fix bugs or employees search for company documents and take action? Well, this is where agentic AI enters. A normal AI tool is useful, but it still depends heavily on the user. You need to keep giving it instructions. You need to copy paste information. You need to check the next step, and you need to decide what to do after every single answer. Agentic AI tries to reduce that manual effort. You give it the goal and it breaks that goal into steps. Say, for example, instead of saying write one email, you can say prepare a follow-up email for all leads who attended yesterday's webinar, personalize it on their interest, and create a summary report for the sales team. Now, that's not just one answer, that's a whole workflow. And that is why businesses are excited that agentic AI can help save time, repetitive tasks, improve speed, and allow employees to focus on better decisions. But there is also a very important reality. Agentic AI is powerful, but it must be used very carefully. If AI can take action, then companies must make sure that it doesn't take the wrong action. And that is why topics like safety, approval, tracking, and human review are very important in this year. So the real opportunity is not just learning how to use AI. The real opportunity is learning how to build and manage AI systems that can work safely, usefully, and responsibly. Now let's understand what agentic AI is in the simplest way possible. Agentic AI means an AI system that doesn't just answer questions. It can understand a goal, break it into steps, use tools, make decisions within set limits, remember useful information, and work towards completing a task. Now let's understand this with a business case. Imagine a company is launching a new online course. The team has one clear goal: get more enrollments in the next 30 days. If they ask a regular AI tool, they may say, give me a marketing idea for this course, and the AI may reply with a list of campaign ideas, email suggestions, social media captions, and an ad copy. Now that can be useful, but the work is still left to the team. They still have to study the audience, check past campaigns, data, choose the right channels, write the emails, prepare for the calendar, compare ad performance, and decide what to improve. Now imagine the same company using an AI agent. The team gives you one goal: plan and execute a 30-day marketing campaign for this course launch. The AI agent can start by analyzing the course details, and it can identify who the course is for, such as freshers, working professionals, or managers. Then it can study previous campaign performance and find what type of message worked better. After that, it can create different campaign themes, draft email sequences, generate LinkedIn and Instagram posts, prepare ad copies for different audience segments, and build a weekly content calendar. But it doesn't just stop there. Once the campaign starts, the AI agent can track which emails have a better open rate, which ads are getting more clicks, and which landing page messages are converting better. And based on that data, it can suggest changes, rewrite weak ad copies, recommend budget shifts, and summarize what the marketing team should be doing next. So the difference is simple. Regular AI gives you the output, but agentic AI helps you move a business process from goal to action. And that's why the word agent here is so important. An agent is something that acts on your behalf within given instructions. A travel agent doesn't just explain what travel is, they help you compare options, plan the trip, book tickets, and organize the journey. In the same way, an AI agent doesn't just give information. It can help plan business plans, execute, monitor, and improve real tasks. And this is why agentic AI is becoming important. Businesses don't just need answers, they need systems that can help them complete work faster, reduce manual effort, and turn ideas into outcomes. Now, agentic AI can be used in many areas, like customer service, education, software development, marketing, sales, health administration, finance operations, research, HR, and personal productivity. And remember one important point. Agentic AI doesn't mean fully replacing humans. The best use of agentic AI is helping humans work faster and smarter. It's like having a digital teammate that can handle repetitive tasks while humans make important decisions. Now, to avoid confusion, let's clearly understand three important terms. Firstly, generative AI. Now, generative AI creates content. It can create text, images, code, summaries, ideas, emails, scripts, and designs. For example, ChatGPT writing a blog post is generative AI. Secondly, we have AI agent. Now, AI agent is the system that can use AI to perform tasks. It doesn't just create text, it can also use tools. For example, an AI agent can research information, call an API, read a document, check a database, or trigger a workflow. Thirdly, we have Agentic AI. Now, Agentic AI is a broader approach where AI systems can plan, act, use tools, remember context, and complete multi-step goals. Now, this is not just one message and one reply. It's a full-blown task flow. Now, let's just take one small example. If you want to prepare a report, a generative AI tool can write the report. An AI agent can collect information, summarize it, and prepare the report. An agentic AI system, on the other hand, can understand the goal, collect data, compare sources, generate the report, check quality, and ask for approval, and then finally prepare the final version. And that's the difference. When generative AI creates, AI agents act, agentic AI completes workflows. Agentic AI is becoming important because companies want more than just simple AI answers. They want AI that can help improve business operations, and every company has repetitive work, which is why customer support teams answer repeated questions. HR teams screen profile, marketing teams create campaign plans, sales teams follow up with leads, finance teams prepare reports, operations teams track tasks, vendors, and approval. Now imagine a growing edtech company launching a new course. Earlier, the marketing team would manually check audience data, writing emails, creating ad copies, planning social media posts, tracking campaign performance, and prepare weekly reports. Even with a normal AI tool, it would only give suggestions. Now, the team still had to do the execution, but with agentic AI, the workflow changes. Now, the company can give an AI agent a clear goal. The AI agent can study the course details, identify the target audience, draft email sequences, create social media post ideas, generate ad copy, prepare a content calendar, track campaign results, and suggest improvements based on performance. For example, if one ad is getting clicks but not conversions, the AI agent can flag the issues, suggest a better landing page message, rewrite the ad copy, and recommend where the team should focus next. So the real value of agentic AI is not just content generation, it's workflow execution. And that is exactly why businesses are taking AI skills very seriously. Global AI hiring has grown by more than 300% over the past 8 years and 30% faster than overall hiring since last fall. Indeed's Hiring Lab data has to say that the same shift by December 2025, job postings mentoring AI reached a high of 4.2%, up more than 130% compared with pre-pandemic levels, nearly 45% in data analytics, around 15% in marketing, and 9% in HR. Now, this shows one clear thing. AI is not just creating technical roles like AI engineer, AI consultant, AI ML researcher, or data annotator. It's also changing non-technical roles in marketing, HR, customer support, sales, and operations. And this is why Agentic AI matters so much. Regular AI can help you answer a question. Agentic AI can help you complete a business process. Now, in the future, companies won't just be looking for people who use AI tools. They will be looking for people who can build, manage, and work with AI agents to improve real business outcomes. Now, this creates a new career opportunity. Companies will need professionals who understand these systems and can design workflows, choose the right tools, prepare instructions, connect systems, test outputs, manage risks, and improve performance. You don't need to be a deep AI researcher to enter this space. You also don't need to build large AI models from scratch, but you do need to understand how AI tools are connected to real. And this is the exact reason why AI agent developer, agentic AI engineer, Gen AI application developer, AI automation specialist, product builder, AI workflow designer are becoming so relevant. This is also why learning agentic AI in 2026 is a smart move. The market is still early, many companies are still experimenting, and many teams don't just have enough skilled professionals yet. And if you build your foundation now, you can position yourself ahead of many others. Now let's have a look at the complete roadmap. The roadmap has 10 major steps. Step 1 is understanding AI and large language model basics. Step 2 is learning Python fundamentals. Step 3 is learning prompt writing and structured outputs. Step 4 is understanding RAG, which means helping AI use external information. Step 5 is learning tool calling, where AI connects with calculators, search engines, databases, APIs, and apps. Step 6 is understanding memory, so AI can use previous context. And step 7 is learning AI agent design, where we plan how an AI agent thinks, acts, checks, and completes work. Step 8 is learning popular frameworks like LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen, and OpenAI Agents SDK. Now, step 9 is understanding MCP, which helps AI connect with external sources and data sources in a standard way. Step 10 is building real projects and creating a portfolio. Now, this is a simple path. Don't try to learn everything randomly, and don't try to start with advanced frameworks on day one. Start with the basics and then move towards workflows, then build projects where agentic AI is becoming easier when you understand it as a journey and not as one single tool. Now, for the first step, we have understanding the basics of AI and large language models. Now, a large language model is the engine behind many AI tools. It reads your input, understands patterns, and generates useful information. So you don't need to know all the mathematics behind it in the beginning. You should just understand a few simple ideas. First, we have what a prompt is. A prompt is the instruction that you give to AI. Second, understand what context means. Now, context is the information that AI uses to answer better. Thirdly, we have understanding what tokens are. So tokens are small pieces of text that AI reads and processes. Fourth, we have understanding what limitations are. AI can sometimes sound confident but still be wrong. And that is exactly why we need checking, sources, and human review. For the fifth part, we need to understand what model selection means. Different AI models are good for different tasks. Some are better for writing, some are better at coding, and some are faster, while some are cheaper. For agentic AI, this foundation is important because agents depend on models to understand goals and decide the next step. Now, if your basics are weak, frameworks will feel confusing. But if your basics are really clear, every advanced topic will become easier. So your first goal is simple. Understand how AI reads instructions, uses context, and produces output. Now, the second step is Python. Python is important because many AI tools, frameworks, and examples use Python. But don't worry, you don't need to become an advanced programmer immediately. For agentic AI, you need practical Python. You should understand variables, functions, lists, dictionaries, files, APIs, JSON, error handling, and basic packages. Let's understand why. So when an AI agent uses a tool, that tool often works like a function. For example, a calculator tool takes numbers, returns an answer. A search tool takes a query and returns results. A database tool takes a request and returns records. Python helps you create and connect such tools. Now, you should also understand APIs. Now, an API is like a bridge between two applications. For example, if an AI agent needs to check the weather, it may call a weather API. And if it needs to send an email, it may call an email service. But if it needs customer data, it may call a CRM system. So you don't need to master everything at once. Start with a small program. Create a calculator, read a text file, call an API, and these small skills will become very useful later when you build agents. For non-technical learners, think of Python as a language that you want to use to connect AI with real-world tasks. Now, for the third step, we have writing and structured outputs. So we have prompt writing. Now, many people think that prompting means writing fancy instructions, but good prompting is actually about clear communication. Now, if you give unclear instructions to AI, you get unclear results. If you give clear instructions, examples, and boundaries, the output improves. Now, for agentic AI, prompting is even more important because an agent may take multiple steps. If the first instruction is weak, the entire workflow can go in the wrong direction. Now, a good prompt should include the goal, the role, the context, the steps, the output format, and the limits. For example, instead of saying create a report, you can say create a one-page report for a beginner audience. Use simple English, include 3 key points, 1 example, and 1 short conclusion. And don't use technical jargon. Now that is much better. Structured output means asking AI to return information in a fixed format. For example, you may ask for a table, a checklist, bullet points, JSON, or a fixed template. Now this matters because agents often pass information from one step to another. And if the output is messy, the next step may fail. If the output is structured, the workflow becomes more reliable. So in this step, learn how to write clear prompts and ask for clean output. Now the fourth step is RAG. RAG stands for Retrieval-Augmented Generation, but let's keep this simple. RAG means helping AI answer using external information. Now why is this needed? AI models don't just automatically know your company documents, your latest policies, course details, customer records, internal reports, or private files. But if you want AI to answer from those sources, you need a way to give that information to AI. And that is exactly where RAG comes in. Now imagine you have 100 company documents. A user may ask, what is the refund policy for this particular course? So instead of asking AI to guess, the system searches the document, finds the relevant section, and gives that information to AI before it answers. And that makes the answer so much more grounded and useful. But for agentic AI, RAG is very important because agents need accurate information before taking action. Agent should not guess company policy. A customer support agent should not be guessing refund rules. A finance agent should not be guessing invoice details. A research agent should not be inventing sources. So RAG is how AI reads the right document before answering in conclusion. Now the fifth step is tool calling. So this is one of the most important parts of agentic AI. But an AI agent becomes powerful when it uses tools. A tool can be anything from a calculator, a search engine, a database, an email sender, a calendar, a file reader, a CRM system, a payment system, or an internal company app. Now let's take a simple example. If you ask AI, what is 17 multiplied by 43, it may answer directly. But for accuracy, it can still use a calculator tool. If you ask, what meetings do I have tomorrow, it needs a calendar tool. And if you ask, what is the status of my order, it needs access to an order database. But if you ask, send a follow-up email to this lead, it sends an email tool. Now this is what makes AI agents so useful to the real world. Tool calling means the AI understands which tool is needed, selects the right tool, sends the right input, receives the result, and then gives final response. And that is the moment where AI moves from conversation to action. So if you want to learn agentic AI, tool calling is not optional. It's one of the core skills. So a good agent is not just a chatbot with a fancy name. A good agent has a clear goal, clear tools, clear limits, and clear checkpoints, along with clear output. Now let's break down a basic agent. First, there is a goal. What should the agent achieve? Second, we have a planner. What steps should the agent be taking? Third, we have tools. What apps or functions can the agent use? Fourth, there is memory. What context should it be remembering? Fifth, there is a checker. How will it verify the result? Sixth, there is human approval. Where should a person review the action? For example, if you build an email outreach agent, it should not be randomly sending emails without approval. It should first draft the email, show it to the user, and ask it for confirmation. Now, if you want to build a finance agent, it should not be approving payments automatically. It should be preparing the recommendation and waiting for human approval. Now, the seventh step is agent design. Agent design means deciding how an agent will work. A good agent is not just a chatbot with a fancy name. A good agent has a clear goal, clear tools, clear limits, clear checkpoints, and clear output. Now let's break down a basic agent. First, there is a goal. What should the agent be achieving? Second, there is a planner. What steps should the agent be taking? Third, we have tools, which specifies what apps or functions can the agent use. Fourth, there is a memory. What context should it be remembering? Fifth, there is a checker. How will it verify the result? Sixth, there is human approval, where it verifies which person should be reviewing the action. Now, say for example, if you build an email outreach agent, it should not be randomly sending emails without approval. It should first draft the email, show it to the user, and ask for confirmation. Now, if you want to build finance agent, it should not be approving payments automatically. It should prepare the recommendation and wait for human approval. Now, if you build a customer support agent, it should not be promising funds unless the policy allows it. And this is why agent design matters. The goal is not to make AI act without control. The goal here is to make AI act within a safe and useful process. Step 8. Now, the eighth step is learning AI agent frameworks. The framework is a ready-made structure that helps developers build faster. So instead of building everything from scratch, frameworks give you useful building blocks. In agentic AI, a popular framework includes LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen, OpenAI Agents SDK, Semantic Kernel, and LlamaIndex. So you don't need to learn all of them at once. Start with one or two. LangGraph is useful when you want more control over multi-step workflows. CrewAI is useful for understanding role-based agents where different agents act like different team members. AutoGen is useful for multi-agent conversations and collaboration. OpenAI Agents SDK is useful for building agents with tools, handoffs, guardrails, and structured outputs. LlamaIndex is useful when your agent needs to work strongly with documents and knowledge sources. But for beginners, don't get lost in tool comparison. First, understand the concept, then choose one framework and build small projects. Now, a good learning path is this. First, build a simple agent manually, then use a framework to make it cleaner and more scalable. The ninth step is MCP. Now, MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. But again, let's keep this very simple. So MCP is a standard way for AI applications to connect with tools and data sources. So think of it like a very common charging port. Earlier, every device had a different charger, and that created confusion. Then, standard ports made connections easier. So, MCP tried to do something similar for AI tools. So, instead of building a separate custom connection for every AI app and every tool, MCP gives a more standard method. So, an AI app can connect to files, databases, search tools, development tools, and workflows through servers. So, you may ask, why is this so important in 2026? Well, because agentic AI depends on connections. Agents need to access data, tools, and apps. And if every connection is built separately, development becomes very slow and messy. So MCP makes this ecosystem more organized. For example, an AI coding assistant may connect with GitHub. A business assistant may connect to a company document. A data assistant may connect to a database. A productivity assistant may connect to a calendar and files. So MCP is becoming important because it supports the future where AI agents work across many systems. But remember, MCP also needs safety. So if an AI can access tools, companies must control what it can access, what actions it can take, and when human approval is needed. Now the 10th step is guardrails. Now guardrails are rules and safety checks that stop AI from doing the wrong thing. So this is very important for agentic AI. When AI only writes texts, the risk is limited. But when AI can send emails, update records, call APIs, change files, and trigger workflows, the risk becomes very big. So every serious AI agent needs guardrails. Now a guardrail can check if the user request is safe. A guardrail can check if the output follows company rules. A guardrail can also stop the agent from sharing private information. A guardrail can also ask human approval before taking sensitive action. A guardrail can also limit which tools the AI agent can use. A guardrail can also keep a record of what the AI agent did. For example, a customer support agent may be asking basic questions automatically, but if the customer asks for a refund, the agent should check the policy and ask a human before approving anything. A finance agent may summarize invoices, but it should not be releasing payments without approval. Now, a hiring agent may shortlist resumes, but the final hiring decisions should involve humans. Now, this is the professional side of agentic AI. It's not enough to build something impressive, and it must also be safe, reliable, and responsive. Now, let's move on to projects. So, projects are the most important part of your agentic AI journey. Watching videos are useful, but building projects is what makes you job ready. Start with simple projects. Firstly, we have AI Study Planner. Now, this agent can ask for a learner's goal, available time, and current skill level. Then it creates a weekly study plan. For the second one, we have AI Research Assistant. Now, this agent can take a topic, search or read provided sources, summarize key points, and prepare a simple report. Thirdly, we have Resume Improvement Assistant. Now, this agent can read a resume, compare it with a job description, suggest improvements, and create a better summary. For the fourth one, we have Customer Support Assistant. Now, this agent can read a company FAQ, answer customer questions, and escalate complex issues. For Project 5, we have Sales Follow-up Assistant. Now, this agent can take lead information, create follow-up emails assistant. Now, this agent can read PDFs or company documents and answer questions with references. For the seventh one, we have Meeting Assistant. Now, this agent can summarize meeting notes, extract action items, assign owners, and prepare follow-up emails. Now, for the eighth one, we have Multi-Agent Content Team. Now, one agent can research, one agent can write, and one agent can edit, while one agent can create a final content calendar. Now, these projects will help you understand the real use of agentic AI. Do not build projects only for show, build projects that can solve real problems. A simple, useful project is better than a complex project that nobody understands. For Project 7, we have Meeting Assistant. Now, this agent can summarize meeting notes, extract action items, assign owners, and prepare follow-up emails. For the eighth one, we have Multi-Agent Content Team. So while one agent can research, one agent can write, one agent can edit, and one agent can create a final content calendar. These projects will help you understand the real use of agentic AI. So don't be building projects only for show. Build projects that can solve real-world problems. A simple, useful project is better than a complex project which nobody understands. So now let's move ahead and create a simple 3-month learning plan. So for the first month, you should be focusing on basics. Learn AI fundamentals, large language model basics, prompt writing, Python basics, APIs, JSON, and simple automation. Build small projects like a calculator tool, a file reader, and a basic chatbot. For month 2, you should be focusing on knowledge and tools. Learn RAG, embeddings, vector databases, tool calling, structured outputs, and memory. Build a document, question answering assistant, and a simple customer support agent. For month 3, you should be focusing on agents and portfolio. Learn LangGraph or CrewAI, MCP basics, guardrails, human approval, evaluation, and deployment basics. Build 2 portfolio projects. By the end of 3 months, you should have a clear understanding of how Agentic AI works and at least 3 to 5 projects to show. Now, the goal here is not to become perfect. The goal here is to become practical. Now, let's try to understand the career side. Agentic AI is creating demand for new types of roles. The first role is AI agent developer. Now, this person builds agents that can use tools to complete tasks. The second role is Gen AI application developer. This person builds applications using AI models, APIs, and workflows. The third role is AI automation specialist. So, this person connects AI with business processes to reduce repetitive work. The fourth role is LLM application engineer. This person builds applications around large language models. The fifth role is AI product builder. Now, this person understands both business problems and AI solutions. The sixth role is AI workflow designer. The person designs how AI should move through a business process. The seventh role is AI governance specialist. So this person focuses on safety, approval, risk, and responsible usage. Now, the important point is this: Agentic AI is not only for hardcore programmers. There will be space for developers, analysts, product managers, business professionals, trainers, consultants, and operation teams. Now, if you understand the business problem and you understand how AI agents can solve it, you're already having an advantage. Now, let's summarize the skills that you will be needing. You need AI basics, prompting skills, Python basics, API understanding, RAG and document search, tool calling, workflow thinking, agent frameworks, MCP awareness, guardrails and evaluation, project building skills, and more. But there is one more skill that's often ignored, and that is problem selection. People build agents without knowing what problem they're actually solving, and that is a huge mistake. Before building an AI agent, always ask what is the task, who is the user, what tools are needed, what information is needed, what can go wrong, where should human approval happen, and how success will be measured. Now, this thinking separates a beginner from a professional. Agentic AI is not just about using tools, it's about designing useful systems. Now, let's have a look at business use cases. In customer support, agents can answer common questions, check order status, summarize tickets, and route complex cases to humans. In sales, agents can research leads, prepare personalized emails, update CRM notes, and suggest next steps. In marketing, AI agents can create campaign plans, generate content ideas, analyze performance, and separate reports. In HR, agents can answer employee policy questions, schedule interviews, and prepare onboarding checklists. In finance, agents can read invoices, flag unusual entries, summarize expenses, and prepare approval workflows. In education, agents can create study plans, answer course questions, recommended learning paths, and track progress. And in IT, agents can handle service desk requests, search knowledge bases, troubleshoot basic issues, and escalate company complex problems. And this is why Agentic AI is not just limited to one industry. Any industry with repeated workflows can benefit from it. So the biggest opportunity is in combining AI with real business processes. Now, the future of Agentic AI is not just about one super app doing everything. The future may likely be many specialized agents working across different tasks. One agent may help with research, the other may help with writing, one can help with coding, and one may help with customer support. We can also have one helping with operations and one helping with learning. But the real power will come when these agents work together safely. But the future also needs responsibility. As agents become more capable, companies will need stronger rules. They will need to control data access, tool access, approvals, monitoring, and security. And this is why the future belongs to people who understand both sides. The power of Agentic AI is the responsibility of using it safely. Agentic AI is not just a technical skill, but it's becoming a workplace skill. So in 2026, professionals who know how to work with AI agents will have an advantage. They will be able to automate routine work, improve productivity, and design better workflows. Now let's quickly recap the roadmap. Firstly, understand AI and large language model basics. Then learn practical Python. Thirdly, you have to master clear prompts and structured outputs. Fourth, learn RAG so AI can use external knowledge. Fifth, learn tool calling so that AI can take useful actions. Sixth, understand memory. Seventh, learn AI agent design. Eighth, explore frameworks like LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen, and OpenAI Agents SDK. Ninth, understand MCP because it's becoming very important for connecting AI with tools and data. 10th, build projects and create a portfolio. Now this is the roadmap. If you're a beginner, don't feel overwhelmed. Start small, build one simple assistant, and then add one tool. Then you can add documents, and then add memory, and then add safety. Then you can build a full-fledged workflow. And this is exactly how you can grow. So in conclusion, I would like to say this. Agentic AI is one of the most exciting shifts in technology because it can change how we think about work. Now, earlier, software waited for humans to click buttons. Then AI started answering questions. Now, agentic AI is moving towards completing tasks, and this doesn't mean that humans are becoming less important. In fact, humans are becoming more important because someone needs to define the goal, design the workflow, check the results, and make responsible decisions. The professionals who succeed in this new world will not be the ones who know how to use this tool. They will be the ones who understand how to combine AI, data, tools, workflows, safety, and business thinking. So, if you want to prepare for the future, agentic AI is a skill worth learning right now. So, start with the basics, learn step by step, build real projects, stay curious, and most importantly, focus on solving real problems. And with that, we complete the Agentic AI Roadmap for 2026. And that brings us to the end of this Agentic AI Roadmap tutorial. Agentic AI is not another trend, it's a major shift in how people, teams, and businesses will use AI to get real work done. And if you're starting today, focus on the basics, understand how workflows work, build simple projects, and keep improving step by step. Subscribe to Simplilearn for more such insights and check out our related videos.